as formulating a powerful research problem. Embarking on a research journey requires a strong foundation, a well defined research problem. This presentation guides you through crafting a clear, focused, and impactful research problems, setting the stage for successful research. Importance of defining a clear research problem: provides direction, increases relevance, enhances clarity. Now we will know about it in detail. Provides direction. A well-defined research problem acts as a compass, guiding your research efforts and ensuring focus. It helps you to stay on track and avoid getting lost in irrelevant data. Increases relevance. A clear research problem enhances the relevance and impact of your research by ensuring that your study addresses a significant gap in knowledge or a pressing issue. Enhances clarity. A well-defined research problem clarifies the purpose and scope of your research, making it easier for others to understand and appreciate your work. Characteristics of a well-defined research problem: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. Specific clearly identifies the area of investigation and the specific aspects you aim to explore. Measurable allows you to quantify or assess the outcome of your research using objective measures. Achievable realistically addresses a problem within the limitation of available resource and time. Relevant addresses a significant issue in your field, making a meaningful contribution to the body of knowledge. Identifying the research gap. Reviewing existing literature, identifying emerging trends, analyzing current practices, considering societal needs. Reviewing existing literature. Scrutinize existing research to identify areas where knowledge is lacking, contradictory, or outdated. Identifying emerging trends. Explore current trend and advancement in your field, looking for areas needing further investigation. Analyzing current practices. Examine existing practices or policies, identifying inefficiencies, challenges, or areas for improvement. Considering societal needs. Identify pressing societal issues that could benefit from research and contribute to solutions. Reviewing existing literature, database search, scholarly books, conference proceeding, dissertation, and thesis. Database searches. Utilize database like PubMed, JSTOR, and Google Scholar to access a wide range of research articles. Scholarly books. Consult books by leading experts in your field, providing a comprehensive overview of established knowledge. Conference proceeding. Explore presentation and publication from relevant conferences, offering insights into recent research findings. Dissertation and thesis. Access in-depth research from PhD students, often exploring novel topics and perspectives. Framing the research questions. Start broadly, refine and narrow, clear and concise, feasible to answer. Start broadly, being with a general question that encompasses the main area of interest. Refine and narrow. Gradually refine your question, making it more specific and focused on the gap you aim to address. Clear and concise. Ensure your question is clear, concise, and unambiguous, avoiding jargon or overly complex language. Feasible to answer. Consider the resources, time, and scope of your research when crafting your questions. Consideration in developing the research problem. Research interest, ethical implication, practical consideration, potential impact. Research interest, choose a topic that genuinely interests you, fostering motivation and sustained engagement. Ethical implication, consider any potential ethical concern associated with your research, ensuring responsible and ethical practices. Practical consideration, evaluate the availability of resource, time, and expertise required to conduct the research. Potential impact, consider the potential impact of your research on your field, society, or real world. Establishing the objectives and scope. Overall objective, specific objective, scope of research. Overall objective, the main goal you aim to achieve through your research. Specific objective, smaller, more focused goal that contributes to achieving the overall objective. Scope of research, defines the boundaries of your research, specifying the population, time frame, and variables. Assessing feasibility and relevance. Resource availability, time constraints, data accessibility, current relevance. Resource availability. Assess whether you have access to the necessary resources, including funding, equipment, and expertise. Time constraints. Consider the time required to conduct the research, ensuring it's feasible within the allocated time frame. Data accessibility. Evaluate the availability of relevant data either through primary search or secondary sources. Current relevance. Ensure your research questions remains relevant to current trend and advancement in your fields. Challenges and limitation. Limited data. Ethical constraints, time restriction, funding limitation. Limited data. You may face challenges obtaining sufficient or reliable data to answer your research questions. Ethical constraints. Ethical consideration may limit your research method or access to certain participants. Time restriction. Time constraints could limit the depth and breadth of your research, impacting the scope of your finding. Funding limitation. Insufficient funding might hinder your ability to collect data, conduct analysis, or disseminate your finding.